I would find ways to ensure that those who are running businesses, while they make money, and there's absolutely not a crime, and you must make money and you must have profitable, efficient enterprises, that you have to find ways to give back to society. You go back and you look at history. We recently had Mr. Mohandas Pai as a guest speaker for Help Your NGO to talk about whether this 2% CSR rule that's come out from the government, whether it works or not. And Mr. Pai made a wonderful statement, and he said, I don't know about this 2% check the box kind of stuff. He said you have to give from the heart. You have to give from inside. You have to believe that you want society to be good and happy. And you have to give from there, not because some government law is telling you to give, and therefore you can write in your annual report that, oh, I gave money and I'm a good citizen, a good corporate. That's rubbish. You have to give from inside. And if you go back in India's history, India's industrial history, Mr. Sir Jamshedji Tata, the founder of the Tata Group, he said that Tatas, we consider ourselves as trustees of wealth, trustees for the next generation. The wealth doesn't belong to me. I built this big steel factory and I've done what I've done, and I have shipping lines and I have this and I have everything else. But I'm a trustee for the future generations. I'm a trustee for society. I wish that thought process would come back into corporate India. But we're so obsessed with market cap. We're so obsessed with material things. We're so obsessed with selfish things. Yes, have your wealth and not an issue. Of course, I love wearing the shirts I wear, and someone even asked me when I got them stitched, and we can have a separate question on that. But but the point is you have to learn how to give, not because a law tells you how to do it, because that's the correct thing to do. So that to me I think is missing in India, among the Indian industrial groups. And if I look at politicians, we all know, they keep on forgetting that they've been hired, and they have been hired. We can fire them every 5 years or impeach them in between, that they've been hired to serve the people. They are there to work for us. We're not here to work for them. We're not here to be extracted from, but they've become extractors. They've learned how to extract from society, not to contribute and give back. And I think that's another disconnect. And then the third part would be the bureaucracy. The actual mechanism between the lawmakers, between executives, and the distribution and the implementation across India. So the British built them, I forget the numbers, but I think there were 15,000 British people in India before independence, controlling a country which had 350 million people at that point in time. So the bureaucracy was a mechanism to control, to distribute, to inform of what's going on. And now the bureaucracy has become like a conduit between the politician and the industrial families. They're not really there to see what's happening among the people. They also want to know what's in it for them. And everyone wants to know what's in it for us. So you've got a system, you've got a country, and not only India, this is around the world. You've got countries that are run by politicians, that are funded by businesses, and which in some cases are being sort of decimated by an army of bureaucrats, as opposed to having statesmen, politicians with vision, being elected, who have a dream, bureaucrats who begin to implement that dream, and industrialists who are working towards building products to execute that dream. Completely reverse society. So those are the three things that I wish, not only for India, but for many economies and many societies in the world.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risk. Read all scheme related documents carefully.